Greetings, Earthlings! Welcome to RFF Picks. Today, I have a five-man prize pick slip for MLB and Summer League basketball. So this is going to be on Saturday, July 20th. So hope all of you are having a good weekend. First of all, I wanted to talk about a slip that we ended up cashing out, I think on Thursday. Didn't end up making a video yesterday. Was working a bit and then was playing college football with my friends for about 8 hours of the day. So wasn't able to get on a video, but we did have a big cash. I think this was on our MVP on the Winnable correlated esports play. So we had League of Legends right here, two League of Legends players paired up together, jungler and the mid. They ended up going over their kill totals, 2.5, 4. And then we had two guys going against each other here, Metasport and BC Game, two Counter-Strike going back and forth, competitive game, and they were both able to hit over their kill totals as well. So correlated slip right here. I would say over the past week, we've probably been pretty even for the most part. These four-man slips are very difficult to hit because it's an all-in slip. It goes all in. I feel like some of you can do a flex if you want, but I feel like I'm just going all in on them. When it comes to the five-man plays, I feel as if PrizePicks is kind of picking up on these correlations, and for some reason their payout shifting the five-mans a lot more than the four-mans. So I'm pretty much trying to put them in a four-man slip instead. So we have, two, and my voice is gone. I can feel it right now because I was streaming the college football game last night for like 8 hours, and it was just a lot of screaming going on. So you can go watch that video. It's live on our Real Friends and main channel, Real Friends and Football. But I'd say we're pretty going back and forth for the most part. The last YouTube slip didn't end up hitting, but these plays right here, this is pretty much like a 9x payout. So if we hit something like this, we have 9 more slips to kind of take the L on for that. But I'm trying to do five-mans as much as possible. Five-mans are my favorite because, if we have a three-man, or if we go 3 out of 5, we still get some money back. 4 out of 5, we get a 2x payout, and then the 5 out of 5, we get 10x. So those slips I like a little bit more because you kind of have a little bit, more to fall back on. These are more of like an all-in play. So for those who don't know, this is our Real Friends community. Like I said, I was recording a live video last night just playing college football 25 with a couple of my friends, or my brother and my friend. And so that channel initially was supposed to be a gambling channel, right? So 2.5 years ago, me and Miles and my brother Luke, we started that channel, Real Friends in Football. And we wanted it to be a gambling channel. We want to talk about week 1 spreads, week 2 spreads. We want to talk about player props, all that kind of good stuff. And we kind of changed the direction of that channel to where we talk just general football, because I feel like gambling is kind of a niche when it comes to the entire, football community. We have a lot of like older people or younger, super younger people that aren't into gambling, and maybe they shouldn't be yet. So yeah, we kind of shifted the channel to that. And so since the Super Bowl, we decided to make RFF Picks. So RFF Picks now, we're closing in on 1,800 followers, so our subscribers. Really appreciate all of you out there that are subscribed to the channel and follow along and, ride the bets with us. And of course, I'm giving it my all on these bets. I feel since I started the channel, I'm up like $4,000, I'm pretty sure now. And I feel like that even happened with the first month being kind of we struggled throughout the first month. But then we started kicking it into gear. We started learning a little bit more, and the correlation. I was doing a lot of hockey correlation back then, and I feel like that isn't super correlated. And so I kind of stopped doing that and tried to shift more towards like the esports. And now football season's coming on. There's a lot of correlation when it comes to football. The quarterback, pair up the quarterback and the receiver. We can go over or under on those. So I have been doing that in the Canadian Football League. And I feel like I've maybe done like 2 or 3 slips, and each one of them ended up going more or less combined between the two players. So I'm really, really liking that. So we have our RFF Shorts channel and our podcast, but as you can see below, I'm up 500 units in the past 3 years, 7% ROI. This is over like 7,000 bets. So, I've been gambling for 12 years of my life. Over the past 3 years, I become a profitable gambler, right? So I back then, I feel like I was like a public guy. I was doing all of these stupid parlays, not really putting a lot of effort into it. And over the past 3 years, with COVID hitting and all that kind of stuff, I put a lot more of my effort into gambling. I pretty much looked in the mirror and said, hey, I've been losing money, right? I keep depositing money into these sports books. How can I win in gambling? Because it's possible to do, right? Or in sports betting. And so ever since this day right here, this is the 2021 NBA playoffs, I said, hey, I'm going to be a better gambler. I'm going to learn about EV betting. I'm going to learn about correlated betting. I'm going to learn about villain gambling. So ever since that moment, I started doing a lot better when it comes to gambling. So I was like, why not start this channel and try to help people do the same thing as me, right? Because I get frustrated when I see people that keep losing money doing these bad slips. And so all the stuff that we do here is very head based. It's very not heart based, right? I feel like a lot of people, when they lose in gambling, it's all heart based stuff. So we want to be level headed. We want to keep even keel and win money that way. So here's our winnable, and this is a big announcement right here, giving a big announcement. But we are decreasing our plan on the winnable because I've seen the comments, all that kind of stuff. I want to talk to Winnable first and make sure that this was the best thing to do. But I agree with most of you. I think it was a little bit pricey up front, and I wanted to bring it down a little bit because I want to make it affordable for people, but I also want to help people win money. So $0, or let me talk about Winnable first. What Winnable is, it's an easy way to get our picks, right? So every bet that I make personally, so as you can see in the previous slide, I'm up 500 units over the past 3 years, and that's kind of even an old screenshot. Like I said, I've won $4,000 more since starting this channel on PrizePicks, and like I said, I've been kicking it up into gear way more because even back then I wasn't as big of a gambler as I am now. Now I almost look at it as like a part-time job to where I'm giving plays out, as you can see below, to 811 people, and I don't want to be giving out shit plays, and I want everyone to make money, right? So what Winnable is, like I said, it's an easy way to get a text or email of the play that I send out. So the free plan, that's going to be $0. A lot of you are on the free plan. That's completely fine. I talked to Miles about it. I know there are some creators out there that don't even give out like a free plan, and they're pretty much like paid subscription type thing, and I don't really want to do that. I want to give people free plays, and I don't want to go all into like the MVP type thing. I want the MVP to be people that might have more money and they're able to afford it, and they're following along, that kind of stuff. So free plan, that's going to be one free pick a day, Taco Tuesdays, protected plays, all that kind of stuff is going to go on the free plan, YouTube plays. MVP plan now, like I said, we decreased it from $150 to $99.99, so that's going to be a monthly fee. And then if you want to sign up for that, you're going to get, like I said, all of the plays. So all the plays that I make, especially during football season, even preseason, honestly. So that's going to be in a couple weeks. Preseason, there's going to be a lot of correlated, things to take advantage of. And I feel like the sports books aren't going to really know how to price a lot of these players. They're not going to know how much they're going to play. And so we can use that towards our advantage, honestly. So I've had a friend that's like, why would you bet on preseason? You don't know anything that's happening. But at the same time, that's like a good thing. That's the time to beat the sports books, right? Because they don't know what they're doing either. And so if you want to sign up for the MVP plan, it's going to be, like I said, $99.99 a month. And type in code RFF at the checkout and you get $0. Try that out for free for 1 month. So finally, this is going to be to play. I don't need to talk about it too much. Basically, how I came up with a lot of these slips is that DraftKings, FanDuel, all these other sports books, they have these guys' lines at a lot shorter, right? So, Kirby, I was seeing his line at like 28.5 through DraftKings, and same kind of thing over here. And so the reason why we're taking the less is we're getting these small advantages. Like I said, a pitcher score at 28.5 versus 20 or 32.5 is a good little discount, right? It might be like a 10% or something like that, but at the end of the day, these small little wins are big victories at the end of the day. So same thing kind of across the board here. Kirby has been pretty hot recently, but I talked about villain betting, and so that's kind of the thought process here is we're going to go against the grain. We're going to go under. I mean, he is playing the Astros, who are a better baseball team, and then these two guys, Webb and Peralta, they have not been doing too hot. And so we're going to take over on Zach Gallen's pitcher strikeouts, and then Johnny Furphy less rebounds than 7. I saw his line closer to 6.5. So like I said, once again, it might be a little minuscule for a lot of you, but getting a rebound total at 7 versus 6.5, especially when a lot of these, guys are getting around 7, 6 rebounds. So that discrepancy, but 0.5 is actually pretty massive. And I also want to say that the League of Legends LCS is starting up, so there are going to be a lot more esports lines as well. So that's going to be the play. I'm going to post this. I feel like right now it's just a huge struggle to even talk, so I'm going to try to end it. See y'all. I'll be posting today because I should be home throughout the day, and best of luck.